Welcome to NSR High Ballpark in Perth, Western Australia, as the Braves Baseball Club take on the Carine Cats in the Elimination semi-final in the reserves competition, proudly brought to you by Harcher. A good and pleasant evening to everybody down here at Thornlie, and it's Graham Johnson on the mic, along with my colleague Jess Fitzgerald. And Jess, interesting game tonight as a one and done game.
Graham, I'm excited, mate. First elimination final for reserves. It's going to be interesting to see how these two teams go, and then back it up again on Sunday against Perth at Inglewood Oval, mate. So beautiful night here though, and some talent on the mound here as well, which is quite exciting, mate.
Yeah, we have. Whenever you can roll out the modern ABL wins leader, you're going to be doing pretty well on the mound. So let's have a look at the Braves defence. Starting off on the mound will be Daniel Schmidt. He will be throwing to Xavier Olsen. Ryan Nuttall is at first base, Lachlan Varian at second base, Jeff Kerr handles third base with Lenny Golding at shortstop, and then Nick Davis, Liam Collins and Jack Rigdon in the outfield. So we're all set to go. Daniel's about to toe the rubber, and we're off on the first elimination final in the reserves competition. And swinging first pitch and a small pop-up. And that one has dropped in. Oh, that was... So the Braves players there with Varian and Jack Rigdon didn't really call. No one took responsibility, and that has meant that Arata Samakara has started off the day with a single to second base.
Mate, it looks like Jack Rigdon just lost the ball completely, and I'm assuming the light tower right behind us is what's kind of given him the grief there on that one, and yeah, didn't track the ball at all.
No. Now batting for Carine is Timmy Robinson. Samakara on first. And he's swinging first pitch as well, and he laces one into right field. So two pitches, two hits to right field to start the day for the Carine Cats. Interesting start, obviously getting aggressive, not allowing Schmidt to get ahead.
I like it. It's really good.
Very aggressive stuff. That brings up to the plate the shortstop, Sammy Kempton. The runners on first and second here. Lefty on lefty. Oh, goes for the bunt. Misses the bunt. Interesting play for your number 3 hitter having to bunt. Yeah, they're obviously concerned about runs.
Come on, mate. Lefty, let him hit. You know, that's what we came here for. You know.
Yeah, this early in the day, so that's the first strike there thrown by Smith. He looks and pumps, and swing and a miss on a high fastball, and straight away Kempton is in the hole 0-2. He'll be followed by Lucas Nelson. Obviously Braves here looking for a double play, see if they can have a twin killing. Smith throws, low pitch. Well blocked there by Olsen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The infield's playing pretty much straight up, as is the outfielders. They're not expecting Kempton to pull, and looks like Smitty dialed back a little bit there, reared back and fired in a fastball.
Mate.
4 strike 3. Swinging strike 3.
I mean, it just shows the importance. If you're going to put down a bunt, you've got to execute, don't you? So
yeah, look,
puts you on the back foot early.
You needed to do something there, didn't you? You needed to either get yourself on a grounder, advance the runners, so the double play can now kill the innings, as we now have Scott Nelson, who is the left fielder, and he takes strike 1. Obviously Lenny Golding up the middle there is playing close to second base, trying to keep Arata Samakara at second. Samakara's got a bit of speed about him, so he might be willing to run.
He's got quite a conservative lead for Arata. Like he's, first inning, not being too adventurous.
As Nelson very quickly falls in the hole with 0-2. Yeah, it's an interesting one. You want to try and score early. You want to try and put the Braves in this case on the back foot. Smith looks, fires back, high fastball just outside for a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
I think they were looking for a double steal to be on there. Xavier popped up pretty quickly and was looking over at 3, but runners weren't going anywhere.
Well, you've got the advantage of obviously the righty in the box as Schmidt doesn't balk. Sorry, he looks to pick off at second base. Just sends the runner back. Okay, 1-ball, 2-strike count. And again, rears back, high fastball, and Nelson couldn't hold off, so that's strike 2, and that's a big out in relation to this game. So, like, if Braves can get out of this having no runs scored, I think they'll consider that to be a win. And that brings up Brandon Hayes. Hayes is the third baseman here tonight for Carine. Schmidt deals. Strike 1. Nice pitch down on the inside corner there. And he's still holding it on. The first baseman, Ryan Nuttall, he's back. So anything in the gap or to the fence might be scoreable. And pitch delivers, foul ball for 0-2. So at least the good thing with Schmidt is he's come out throwing strikes.
Oh, mate. Just cool, calm and collected right here. Nothing has phased him at all. Gave up 2 hits straight away and just like, oh yeah, whatever. Whatever's been here before, all good.
There's a fair bit of experience behind those 40 wins for the Heat. Yeah. So, and ball's hit out and fouled down the third ball line, or the third base line, sorry. And the count remains 0-2. Yeah, that's the big advantage, isn't it, of having a guy like Daniel Schmidt on the mound. He's been in big pressure situations in championships. He's probably won all 4 of them with the Heat when that restarted again. And well hit up the gap, and that one's in the gap. That's going close. They're descending the runner. Asamakara has scored. And a double into the right centre gap, plates 2, and that brings Carine out to an early 2-0 lead. Probably a pitch that, as Schmidt shakes his head, probably a pitch that he didn't want to throw, or in that spot. So.
Yeah, I mean, young Xavier behind the dish. I mean, I guess Schmidt's got to take a little bit of control here, and if he doesn't like it, call him off. But that was a great hit by Brandon, like really, really good, well timed.
Yeah, and the fact that again Nuttall was playing off as we have Finn Scott coming to the plate now. With obviously the runner at first there getting a big lead, he was able to trail Samakara in, which was Timmy Robinson. So early start for Carine. Smith delivers.
No, this is 9 innings, mate.
A 9-inning game.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well
we're going. We're playing baseball.
Big time baseball. As Smith comes in, and Scott waves at that one for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Again, I think that the thing with Carine is they've come out there, they've been aggressive. They've been swinging. They've put the ball in play. They have struck out as Smith strikes out the side to end the first, but not before Carine scored 2 on 3 hits as we go into the bottom of the first inning. On what, of course, is for us commentators up in the box a pretty sad day, Jess, with the death of Dennis Committee.
And it certainly flooded socials, didn't it, pretty quickly in the morning. So I'm actually not 100% sure what happened, mate. So
by all accounts, he's been pretty sick for a while, and so obviously something's happened there. But there wouldn't be many people who've watched any sort of sport for the last 25, maybe 30 years that couldn't give you a Committeeism in some form. But,
used to love throwing pro wrestling in there and all sorts of quirky things in there.
Well, his boy was a pro wrestler.
Yeah, he was.
So look, I remember him from coaching West Perth. When I was a much younger fella than I am now. he was obviously a really good footballer. Coach West Perth, Coach Maddington.
So where did he fit into then your West Perth career, mate? So
I came in after him, so
yeah.
he'd been out a couple of years.
I feel like he was a lot older than I actually visually have him in my head, So
67.
Yeah,
so
okay, okay.
I didn't actually think he was that old, because he's been around forever.
It's got to be older than 67.
Or it could be 76. It's
76,
one of the two.
hey,
Yeah.
all right, okay. Yeah.
It could well be 6'7".
Yeah. Don't let my 9-year-old hear that, mate. It's.
So obviously a sad day for the commentators and also the people that used to listen to him. So on the mound now for the Carine Cats, we have Elliot Giddens, who will be throwing to Warwick Senior High School's own Cooper Granlund, and also Warwick Senior High School first baseman Kylan Granlund. For those out there, I taught at Warwick for about 20 years in another life, and I still remember the two Granlund boys at the school. We have Samakara at second base, Brandon Hayes at third, Sammy Kempton at shortstop, and then around the outfield we have Lucas Nelson, David Causewig and Timmy Robinson round out the outfield for the Carine Cats. So, and of course that brings up the right fielder for the Braves, which is Lachlan Varian, and he'll be followed by Lenny Golding, Jeff Kerr and Liam Collins if anybody gets on. So it's obviously, the Braves will be looking to strike back pretty early. As Elliot deals and foul ball to start the day. So both teams have come out swinging aggressively as we go to a 1-strike count.
Elliot's throwing pretty firm. I saw that he got picked up by down in the Travellers to go away again.
Yeah, I think Puerto Rico, I think.
Puerto
Rico, yeah. So that'll be a good experience. He spent some time in Dubai as he delivers again high this time for a ball that goes right to the backstop. For a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Yeah, he went over to Dubai and played in a series over there. Obviously, he was in the schoolboys for a couple of years, state teams as well. So I think he's looking at sort of heading over to college in the coming years.
Starting to fill out now too, mate. He's a
big boy.
Yeah,
he is a big boy. As a check swing, but went a little bit too far, according to our home plate umpire. So 1-ball, 2-strike count. Always the advantage of the pitcher in that if you're over 6 foot, he's about 6'2", 6'3", I'd say. Young Elliot. He's played a bit of reserves and a bit of state league as well. Just misses the outside corner. Good pitch. Yeah, that was one that Varian laid off. Very good eye there. And now a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Obviously important for Giddens to come out, throw strikes, you can get ahead of the hitters, put them on the back foot. He deals and swings. So we've had 4 outs in this game, all by the strikeout. So as Giddens gets his first strike the first strikeout for the day. And that brings up the shortstop, Lenny Golding.
Just back on these Dubai tours and things like that, it's going to be interesting to see the fallout of all this Middle East turmoil and stuff in Iran with some of these, opportunities that we previously had. I mean, even in America, see what happens there.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a bit of a touchy area as Giddens throws a high inside ball to Lenny Golding to start his at bat. Yeah, it's a volatile area at the best of times. So, hopefully it won't have much of an impact with us with oil and petrol and probably toilet paper as well.
Getting flashbacks to COVID. And,
everybody
gonna start hoarding.
Yeah, everybody head out, buy your pack of toilet paper. So, okay, 1-ball count on Giddens. On Golding. Again, up high and tight. Cooper Graham failed to glove, so we've got a 2-ball strike here. I think Giddens needs to get back into the zone and get the Melville players in swing, and they seem to want to be aggressive. As he hits a towering fly ball, Samakara's underneath it and puts it away for the second out.
I mean, that's a tough catch. We've still got that weird half light at the moment, so the sun's still setting and a bit of trouble out there.
It generally takes around 7:30 to for the light to kick in. So as we look down at the third base coach there, we see Josh Kennelly standing on his little spot. That's been pre-described because I'm not quite sure the last time I saw a base coach stand in the coaches' boxes. As Elliot Giddens goes up high again for ball number 1. It'd be a big win if Giddens could go 3 up, 3 down. Low for ball number 2. Strike there to the third baseman, Jeff Kerr. There's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. If he gets on, Liam Collins will be the next hitter for the Braves. As Kerr flies one out, all the way back, and
it bounced
whoa!
over.
So it looks like it got to the warning track. Ball looks like it then bounced over for a ground rule double. So lucky break. That was a tough catch for the centre fielder. Had to run essentially from the middle right out there to underneath the scoreboard, and looks like it hit and bounced up.
I thought he had taken it for a second there, and then it just sort of bounced up and bounced over.
Yeah,
looks like he's hurt himself.
There's nothing that cracker dust out there on the warning tracks. Not all free forgiving.
No.
So it's that puts a runner on second base with Liam Collins at the plate. Giddens pitches and throws again high for ball 1. The outfield's playing Collins pretty much straight. Elliot looks and gets in there for strike 1. Our umpires today, behind the plate, we have Peter Bowie, first base Warren Duff, and third base is Kobe Bull. Let's get it. Giddens holds and gets his second strike in there for a 1-ball, 2 strike count. So big pitch coming up in the context of today. Giddens can get off with no runs being scored. Big advantage there going forth for Carine. And fires low and evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've got Kerr on second base. Not an aggressive lead, but the fielders aren't looking after him at all. They're not really all that interested. They're playing for the third out. And foul tipped and caught by Granlund. So the second strikeout of the day for Giddens, and that concludes the first inning with Carine holding a 2-runs-to-nil lead.
Mate, Carine are up and about. I like it. They've had a pretty good year, both reserves and state league, and liking the little taste of success. And
yeah, both teams will finish up in 5th place. More than likely, I'd say, with the state league teams.
Yeah, for sure.
But look, they've come out aggressive. They didn't sort of let the name of Daniel Schmidt sort of look at them and go, well, he's an ex-ABL guy, and obviously the most winning pitcher in the modern ABL. So that's it'll be interesting to see whether they continue that approach.
Yeah. See JK out here was third base coaching for Braves, mate. We should probably give him a big shout out for the water tank repairs.
I was going to say it's been a pretty big week and a pretty big weekend here at the field. Obviously losing our 200,000 litre water tank on Thursday, and they arrived here at about 10 o'clock yesterday, which is Bright Water Irrigation, which is our irrigation partner here at the field. Put in the 270,000 litre tank. Worked out was about 1,000 nuts and bolts.
Right. Plonked in the middle of the car park out the back.
In the middle of the car park, and by 2 o'clock today, we had water on the field again. So whilst the outfield's looking a little patchy, come next week it'll be beautiful and green again. As the bunt goes straight back to the pitcher, and Smith throws him out, which was Jack Rigdon attempting to bunt. Not a very good bunt, just dropped it in front of Schmidt. He underhanded it to the reserves coach, which is Ryan Nuttall, for the first out. It was a huge job today for the boys. We were really lucky and really privileged that they basically dropped everything, brought out the tank, you put the tank up, you put the bladder in, and then replumbed it all, because it all had to be dug out, and you made sure that everything was right. And a tremendous effort. As
it wasn't a cool day either to get all that done, mate. It was pretty warm today for him, especially when you're working on the next to sheet metal.
Oh yeah, stinking hot day. Yeah. So as we have the centre fielder David Causey, and he goes to a 1-ball 1-strike count. It's going to take. It'll probably take most of tonight to fill.
Okay.
But we'll be back to regular business tomorrow. That's a big shout out. Also, a big shout out to Safeguard Insurance, our insurance partners, because they made sure that everything got done. As Smith now punches out the centre fielder for his 4th strikeout of the day. Struck out looking in that case, and that brings up the first baseman, Kylan Granlund.
So we also need to give a shout out to the Gosnells Hawks Baseball Club, who have kindly allowed us to use their change rooms while home side change rooms are out of action.
As Granlund fouls the first one off. Yeah, look, that's the beautiful thing about the baseball community. When in times of need, people step up. So thanks to Gosnells for what they do and what they've done for us. Schmidt deals, throws high this time for a 1-ball 1-strike on Granlund. Speaking of West Perth, of course, young Kylan's a West Perth boy as well, and Coop spent some time up there. So you play footy, you play baseball. That's a pretty good combination.
So what was he like at school, mate?
Both were terrific kids. As Granlund goes up high, strikes out for the 5th strikeout for Daniel Schmidt. Both boys were great boys.
I just want to acknowledge some favouritism on your part, mate, because normally you don't have many nice things to say about how smart baseballers are. But,
I have been known to question baseballers, especially when every week you say don't stand on the line, and they go out the right field, out the left field, and stand on the line. Sometimes.
Mate, they can lift heavy things and hit balls far, mate. That's what we need them to do.
I do have some favourite things throughout my life. Warwick was one. I was there for 20 years in my role as the head of the science department, and great school. I loved the school. It was a terrific place to work. Kids were really great. My biggest claim to fame is that I always say that I put Mark Hutchings on his path to the West Coast Eagles.
You claim it everyone at the moment. I love it. This is awesome. You'll be claiming Dennis committee soon, mate. You'll be like, you taught him. You obviously taught him everything
I taught
he
him
knew.
everything he knows.
Yeah, totally.
Look, it's it's interesting. And obviously, spending a bit of time at West Perth as I did, and a little bit more time at Perth, and a few other things along the way. So, but obviously, that was exactly what Schmidt needed and the Melbourne Braves needed to come out, go 1, 2, 3, and get back into the batter's box. So that brings up for the Braves their right fielder, Jack Rigdon. Deals and fires that one in there for strike number 1. And the winner of this doubles up on Sunday. Is that the?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So as Rigdon swings for strike 2. Well, interesting. These teams split their series throughout the year. They were 1 game each. They played on opening day where the Braves won by 2-1, and then later on in December, Carine won 6-5. But I was down talking to Gideon's throws and high for ball number 1. I was talking down there to Daniel Smith before the game started, and the teams can offer me in reserves can be very different around finals time compared to the regular season. So I'm not quite sure how these two teams stack up as Rigdon pulls 1 foul of what can only be described as an outstanding chalk line down there on the bases.
Precision with the new chalker.
So finally, it's taken I think almost 3 years of asking and well over 1,200, 1,300. Actually 13,000 aluminium cans in containers here at the field. People, as Rigdon fires that one off for another foul ball.
People can't appreciate what we need to do to get toys around here. You got to collect cans and.
They often look at me a bit strange as my head comes out of a bin. But that's part of the reason. We collect the cans as Rigdon gets hit in the middle of the back for a hit by pitch ball for the second base runner for the Braves. There looks like a curve ball that didn't break.
So the new chalker, is it? Are we actually using chalk or are we using flour still?
We're using sort of a combination
Okay.
of chalk and limestone from down Pemby Way, which I picked up last year. So
we actually are using the legit stuff now.
We are using the legit stuff. Yeah. So it's looking pretty good. It'll get better as I understand it a bit more. As Gideon's fires to Daniel Schmidt, who's in the box now under the Otani rule as the designated hitter. I think Schmidt's hit for about 6 seasons out of his probably 30 that he's played. As the runner goes, and whoa, almost close there. Shortstop.
Just kind
there,
of over.
Captain, I couldn't glove the ball, so that's a nice aggressive move there by JK. Set the runner in motion as it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count on Schmidt. Pretty big strike zone there for Smitty. Under the new ABS rule, he would not be happy with that.
Almost ate it.
Yeah, always go back in, or always dive back in. That's almost got hit fair square in the head. As Gibbons tries to keep him close.
Chin guard's on the other side of his helmet too, so.
Yeah. As Gibbons deals And inside for ball 2. I think when I started playing, you could actually wear a skull cap.
Yeah.
In
No
the batter's
ears?
box.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, no ears. And then we went to 1 ears and then 2. I think is 2 the mandatory one now?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Gotta wear 2.
I always hated the one-eared helmets. Like, I couldn't handle the whistling in my ear.
As it goes down to 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, if the ball's coming in from the outfield too, that side of your head's unprotected.
Yes, correct, yeah.
If you're a right-handed hitter, we don't.
I used to work for a guy that got hit in the ear running bases, mate, and lost his hearing. So I am certainly appreciative of the 2-eared helmets. Because that was an outfield throw that hit him as he was running a second.
Yeah. As Giddens walks Schmidt to put runners on 2nd and 3rd, and that very quickly brings out the Carine manager to have a chat with Giddens. So,
yeah. Tim Holmes comes out for a chat. Probably just trying to settle things down at this point. He was pitching well at the start there, just needs to regroup and...
Yeah, he looks to be rushing a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, rushing his pitches. Obviously, you can speak to that, mate, as the former pitcher. So...
Oh, Pee-wee champion, mate. My claim to fame,
Mate, take it
Pitching
whatever it
wise.
is. As we heard, as we obviously heard on 96 FM on Tuesday after the Monkeys picked up the Braves. The Monkeys picked up the Masters Championship. Joel Gilding, who works for 96 FM, decided that our call probably wasn't as he would have liked. And,
not enough trumpets.
Not enough trumpets, indeed. I still will claim that truth in reporting. It was slow, it was a dribbler, and it did not go out the outfield. So I will stick to that. But the scorebook says a single and the RBI championship winner as Gideon's throws a strike to the first baseman Ryan Nuttall.
It was absolute scenes of the Masters Grand Final, mate, and they can go back on our YouTube and check out that game and the last 5 minutes of action. The last 15 minutes actually is for both teams is quite good.
Yeah, as a walk-off, as Nuttall swings and falls in the hole at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Oh look, it was a great game. It was a good game of baseball. It just came down to sort of a play that, I suppose a seeing eye single in that regard. As Giddens looks, fires and Nuttall, easy catch there to the second baseman, to the shortstop, holding the 2 runners on, and that's a big important out. So I think Nuttall wouldn't quite be very happy with that.
Didn't quite get any of that, did he?
No, weak ground ball. Didn't even put it on the ground. You made contact, but weak contact at that. And that brings Nick Davis to the plate. Nick Davis is the left fielder tonight for the Braves. As Giddens deals inside, not called by the home plate umpire. So ball number 1. Looks like they're not getting much on that inside corner. But again, we are up in the media centre, which can distort what we do.
I mean, Nick is trying to live in his father's footsteps of Monkey's glory, Masters, and get some glory for himself here. So,
look, again, I can't speak ill of the family. Had to get my hand looked at, and it was Nathan out there at Murdoch. So it's He's currently 2 balls and no strikes as Giddens looks. And time was called by the batter. We don't have the 1 disengagement rule for the hitters here, do we? Like they do in the majors?
No, we don't, mate. So, it's a grey area, mate. We're meant to have some of the rules, and obviously not all of it.
Look, I think it's the umpire's job to hurry hitters up, get them in the box.
Yeah.
Although Davis is right on that line, so he's really hogging the plate. And Giddens throws and blows the fastball past him for a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So he's right on the line. So he's basically his feet are 6 inches away from the plate. So he's obviously looking to take something out to right field. And that's where he goes. It looks like he's going to drop in and drops it in front of the shortstop. So that was a great attempt there by the Carine shortstop, but just found the hole. And Nick Davis gets himself a single and advances the runners to second and third. So now we've got loaded bases with only 1 out.
It looked like it was going further than that, John. So he must have had some topspin on it or something for it to just kind of fall out of the sky there.
It fell out pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
It looked like the centre fielder was on top of it. He ended up, he had to dive and just fell in front of him. And that brings the catcher, Xavier Olsen, to the plate. And swings on a check swing and rolls it foul up the first base line. It's been interesting, hasn't it? There's been some hard hits and a lot more bloops than blasts at this stage. As Olsen looks in, and Giddens looks into Cooper Granlund. Deals and strike number 1. Strike 2 with the foul ball.
I mean, I've been fortunate enough to see Xavier here come through the performance program. He's still only 16, so very young.
I was going to say, he doesn't look all that old. So as he calls time there.
He's been getting a couple of opportunities and he seems to be going all right. So.
Oh look, it's to be a pretty good club to be at Braves with the calibre of players. And that ball gets through. Wild pitch, and that will score. Jack Rigdon from third base, and that puts runners at second and third, and 1 run across there for the Braves team. So not what Giddens would have wanted there. Threw it essentially through the left-hand batter's box. Granlund couldn't come up with it. Ball goes back to the back fence and 1 run scores. So that's caused the Carine Cats to bring their infield in. Ball outside from Giddens, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. So obviously the Carine guys are looking to cut down Daniel Schmidt, who's
They've changed what they're doing just as you were saying that. I think they've realised who's on third and gone, we've got a bit of time here, so...
He won't have to take many steps.
Push back a little bit.
So as the ball goes high for a 3 ball, 2 strike count. So it looks like the shortstop and second base are playing back, and they're pinched in at first and third. Obviously want to hold all of the runners and then fire the out if it's a ground ball. Giddens hits his second hit by pitch. Again, right on the top of the numbers. So that again loads the bases with only 1 out as Granlund goes up to have a chat, and also the third baseman, Sammy Kempton, goes over just to settle Giddens down a little bit. That's exactly what he didn't want to. Had him 0-2, let him escape. And that brings up the original lead-off hitter for the Braves, Lachlan Varian. Varian struck out at the bottom of the first inning, so he'll be looking to put bat on ball here. We have the middle infielders playing for the double play. Swings hard and goes strike 1. So we have the corners pinched in, which is Hayes and Granlund, with the middle infielders playing for the double. Ball is high from Giddens goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. Just as a pitcher, what are you trying to do here? You're just trying to throw strikes, or you're trying to make weak contact, or
you're trying to vary your timing to the plate and get him to hit a ball into the infield and roll a double and get out of here.
as Gibbons goes high again for a 2-1 count. So this is one where you've just got to focus on the hitter, just work on the hitter. See what you can do with him. Obviously, like a double play will be the best as they could get out of it. As Giddens throws and called on the inside corner this time for a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Big pitch by Giddens, needed that one, didn't want to fall in the hole 3-1.
Yeah, that looked good from here. I mean, there was a few gripes, but I thought it looked alright. I mean, he's very close to the plate here as well.
Everybody is on top of the plate nowadays.
Well, if you're going to get hit by a pitch and given to you, why wouldn't you?
That's very true. As Giddens throws, ball is hit up to the shortstop, goes over to second baseman and fires it for the double play. Great double play there from Kempton to Samakara over to Granlund, and that kills the innings as the Carine Cats lead at the bottom of the second innings, 2 runs to 1. Big play.
Big play, mate. Pitching's certainly not fun, is it, mate? Don't you reckon? It's got the highs and the lows, that's for sure.
No, look, only really did it in Masters, and I wouldn't want it for. I wouldn't play pitcher for quits. So, don't play balls.
Yeah, I mean, Elliott's getting chatted to by both Connor and Tim down here. I mean, I think they're just, from the looks of it, just telling him, mate, you're all good, and back yourself.
Yeah, well, again, obviously Connor Lowry's, you've been around the block a couple of times as well with the Heat. Went to college in America, so he will be a bit of a coach there that can sort of settle Elliott down and just get him back into the zone. So,
how faded does your hat allow to get before it becomes not part of the uniform?
Look, I was always of the belief that you always had a gamer, and that was your game hat, and it didn't matter what it was like. You never wore it during practice. I had a game hat, and I never wore it during practice.
Yeah.
In my last, 12, 15 years, I became a catcher, so I didn't even really need a hat.
Connor's hat down here is starting to look like some of the Aussies' baggy greens, mate, that they've got that are, being held on by chewing gum and and zinc.
Might be his lucky cap. You know how superstitious baseballers are. So
I didn't wash my pants this year until we lost the game, and then give them a quick wash, and then they're back on again. I mean, I'm coaching, I'm not really doing anything.
Look, beards and all sorts of things.
And I've been wearing the same undershirt all year, and the one time I didn't wear the right one, I lost that game too, so I went back to the other one, mate. So.
Yeah, extremely superstitious. As the original lead-off hitter for Carine, Arata Samakara comes up, goes called strike and swinging strike for 0-2. High ball there from Schmidt.
Arata plays with confidence, mate. He's certainly got some swagger about himself.
Yeah, look, he's a good player. As he hits the ball out to Lenny Golding, who fires over to Ryan Nuttall for the first out. So, really nice kid as well. We had him in the schoolboys this year, sorry.
Yeah.
Good player. Only young fella, 16, I think. He's
baby.
Yeah. So, but plays the game well. Knows the game well too. Plays it really well. So, as he goes for the first out, and that brings up Timmy Robinson.
Fines for Jono.
Timmy Robinson singled on the first pitch that he saw in the first innings and scored on the Hayes 2 RBI double. So, and goes to a 1 ball, 1 strike count. I just better get that because that's my other life. So, as goes Robinson out to right field again for his second hit of the night. Just looking to put the ball in play. So nice hitting there from Robinson, and that brings up Sammy Kempton, who the shortstop for the Carine team.
He's seeing Schmidt like watermelons, isn't he?
Isn't it amazing how you can actually you always have one pitcher that you just rake against.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the case here. As he looks over to first base and goes back there. I don't think that's Smitty's best move, but just wants to keep Robinson close.
He squared around for bunt then too, so interesting to see what adjustments. I don't know if Jeff Kerr's seen it. Oh, that is closer than it should be.
Yeah, that's the thing with lefty pitchers, isn't it? Like, it looks like they never do it properly. Although he's again getting a pretty lead. He goes to the plate, a bunt attempt, or withdrew the bunt for a 1-ball count.
I'll tell you what, it was interesting, some of the calls at Nationals for the 18s and the 16s, just watching how far forward a lot of the pitchers go these days and allowed to do it.
So looks over, throws over again. We don't have the two disengagement rule here in WA baseball as they do in the majors. So he's free to throw over there as much as he wants. He goes to the plate, swing there by Kempton for strike one, and he evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Robinson looks like he wants to run. It's a pretty reasonable lead out there. As Smith goes to the plate and well struck into and off goes all the way to the fence, and that brings round Timmy Robinson and brings up the third Carine run on a double out to the Healthway sign here at NSR Higher Ballpark. Good hitting there by Kempton.
Yeah, mate, just kind of sliced that one over there, right? It wasn't a full swing 3/4 and
No, it looked like
it into the fence.
Yeah, looked like the centre fielder was going to track it down, but then it just kept on going away from him. So big hit there, so that automatically brings the margin back to 2 as Olsen goes out to have a word with Schmidt. So again, nice aggressive batting by Carine.
Yeah, I like it. Carine have got some movement down there in the bullpen. I can't quite see who's actually down there getting loose, but I think they'd go Elliott again and see if he can get out of trouble and have a nice quick dig and then keep going. But
yeah, I haven't got anybody warming up in the Braves bullpen as we speak. As Smith goes to the plate, gets it on the inside corner for a no balls and 2 strike count. So as we have Lucas Nelson up, Nelson struck out in the first inning, one of the 5 strikeouts that Schmidt has had tonight, and swings again and same result.
yeah, he's
as a strikeout.
in and out of that zone too quick.
Again, it just seems like he just every so often just rears back and pumps a high fastball in there, and has the Carine guys swinging. So that's 6 strikeouts for Schmidt. As that brings up Brandon Hayes, the third baseman for Carine. Hayes had the 2 RBI single in the first inning to plate both of the runs. He's looking to bring in Kempton.
Was that on 2 down last time as well?
That was 2 down, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So there's a 1 ball, 1 strike count now.
That looked close. That was close.
Low and outside and missed it for a 2-ball 1-strike count. As the pick-off attempt, and safe, although, oh, interesting there. Lenny Golding didn't get it back to the pitcher. Kempton, however, was still lying flat on the dirt, so he couldn't advance over to third base. So as we go, a 2-ball, and Brandon Hayes at the plate. Submit deals and fouled back. So you might be able to hear the Carine boys down. Smith looks and deals. Again, looking for that high swinging strike, and puts the count at 3-2. So 3-2 and 2 out. Kempton will be looking to get as big a lead as he can. He's being held on there at second base by Lenny Golding, and time called by the batter. So,
starting to creep there at second. It's
Smith deals and fouled straight back. Was on it, just missed it. So count remains 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, just probably a little up, then he needed to battle it off anyway and just live to fight another day here.
Schmidt deals and goes down low and away to strike out Hayes and end the threat there. But however, not before Carine picked up a run and currently lead 3-1.
That was a great pitch by Schmidt to get out of that one.
So yeah, 7 strikeouts. So he's pitched his 3 innings and 7 strikeouts. So that's, but unfortunately he's also given up 5 hits. So Carine have really capitalised on their runners on base. So, as we see, Giddens come back out to the mound. So of course, State League Baseball in West Australia is proudly presented by Harcher. And Harcher's been our principal State League sponsor or partner now for around about 3 or 4 years, and for any club, any organisation that's looking for a very easy, fluid approach to getting everything that they need, you can go to Harcher at harcher.com.au and see what Derek and the team can do for you. So 3 runs to 1.
Yeah, Derek and the team were out here today in the media centre having their quarterly staff meeting, or their district meeting, whatever it is. So all hands were on deck here today. And
It's like any time a company like Archer, and I know working here, I often get the deliveries, and they're all come when they're supposed to. We're very appreciative of the support that Archer provide for us. Of course, Derek is up there at the Wanneroo Club, which is where his interest in baseball came from. So we're just very appreciative of all of our supporters here at Baseball WA, and that includes Healthway and the state government for their support. As we have Lenny Golding up to start the bottom of the 3rd. Giddens goes down low for ball number 1. Golding flied out to the second baseman Samakara in the 1st inning. We're looking to see if he can get himself on base. Giddens throws a little bit high there for Peter Bowie. So 2 balls. Looks like our scoreboard operator has wandered off.
Does get distracted, doesn't he? Big shout out to Jeremy Dixon.
Yeah, as strike one there by Giddens.
Must be off chasing butterflies or something like that. But,
No, came today. He does a mountain of work, a round of as Giddens throws and
that's going to
Golding
land
goes down the line, overcomes the
Just
and
foul.
Just foul. No, actually, like a big shout out to Jeremy. I had hand surgery a couple of weeks ago, and he sort of stepped up and took over and produced produced good quality fields. So that was much appreciated as I was going through my rehab and my recovery. As we have a 1 ball 1 strike count, I think, on Golding. As Golding again goes up high and does exactly the same thing as he punches one up, and Samakara underneath it for the first out. So it looks like Lenny Golding's trying to hit one over the fence with 2 fly balls to the second baseman.
yeah, just probably a little bit too high for him to get to at this stage. So
It looks like both pitchers are using that high pitch really effectively. Yeah, Schmidt's using it to punch people out.
I think Elliott's just got a bit of, it's just that run on it stays up, and you think it's kind of coming down at you, but it just stays up a little bit. And
As that brings up the third baseman, Jeff Kerr, as he has an almighty swing to start the day. Kerr doubled over, as it bounced over the right centre field fence in the first innings. As Giddens goes again with the curve that
threw it behind him again.
yeah. Might have been the third one that he hit in the back there for a 1 ball 1 strike count. So Giddens looks, and again Kerr hits one, and it looks like it's going over the top of the centre of the right fielder, but well tracked and well caught by Timmy Robinson out there. That one looked like it could go over. You always get concerned when you see the numbers of the right fielder, but well tracked down by Robinson in the end.
That was a good catch. I mean, it kind of thought that one was going to carry a little bit more than it did too, but yeah, Jeff's not happy walking off of that one, but it's a brutal game sometimes.
Almost got it, yeah. So that goes for the second out of the inning, and that brings up Liam Collins. Collins swings through it for strike one.
I mean, Liam's looking small compared to some of the other guys at the moment. He's looking lean.
I played a lot of State League baseball this year. I was talking to JK today, and his name got mentioned. As he drives the ball back straight to the centre fielder, and Korsky puts that one away to end the third inning as Carine stay ahead 3 runs to 1. So
That was a great hit too there. It's just good fielding by the Carine outfield.
again, walks and errors kill you. So if you can get to anything, make sure that you catch it. Make sure that you throw the people out. As a pitcher, make sure you're up there throwing strikes. Makes life a lot easier. So.
Did I tell you that I got dragged yesterday, mate, at training?
Dragged?
Yep. Apparently my front side flip wasn't required anymore, and I could go feed the machine, and I'm like, wow, ouch.
You didn't take your bat and ball and go home, or?
No, I didn't. No. I just think that DJ should be better. All right. Yeah.
Mate, that's a problem. As you get older, all these kids stay the same age.
Oh, no.
They're all very different. So it was always one of the problems. I've been a teacher. You get a year older, but your year rates would always stay the same age. I remember once talking to the kids about the Sydney Olympics.
Right.
And I was, regaling the stories of the Sydney Olympics, and the kids had a blank look on their face.
Yeah.
And then one of the kids put their hand up and said, "Sir, we were like born in 2001." So I went, "Yeah, okay, fair point." So that's the problem. As Schmidt now starts his fourth inning work, and he's throwing to Finn Scott. Scott was one of 7 strikeout victims of Schmidt, and that one's punched over into the crowd for a 1-ball-1-strike count.
So I've been trying to educate my son on quality TV, right? So he's 9 years old. So we put on Stargate SG1, the old faithful classic, right?
Okay.
2004. It doesn't seem that long ago. Oh, this is so old, it's grainy. The picture quality is not good enough for him, right? I'm like, mate. Just like, any movie that we watch that's like, like the last 10 years, oh, this is so old. Like he just refuses to watch anything that looks grainy,
Mate, like, as long as any footy he watches has got the Hawthorn Hawks,
went down swinging.
Scott strikes out swinging for the first out. Yeah, as long as any footy the young boy watches, has got the brown and gold in it. So.
Mate, he's a Hawthorn member because Granddad bought it for him, and he's a Western Bulldogs tragic and an avid hater of the Fremantle Dockers. So,
everybody experiments early on. So.
I blame my mum for getting him into Western Bulldogs because my wife's an Eagles fan and I'm a Hawthorn boy, and she was like, "Oh, the Bulldogs won the year. Why don't you start following them?" And then I think it was one of those years that then they played every Friday night game. I think the Western Bulldogs did after winning the premiership. So then, so they're just always on, So
unbelievable. So as Schmidt deals 2 quick strikes to the Carine catcher Cooper Granlund. Granlund attempted a bunt in the second inning and just bunted back to the pitcher. Schmidt goes high for a 1-ball-2-strike count, looking to get that high strikeout pitch again. So, centre fielder Liam Collins for the Braves for the first out.
2 outs there, Jono.
Oh, sorry, 2 out. Sorry, I just lost my concentration. So, still reliving those the 3-peat. So hopefully Brisbane will tank this year so they don't have it as well. And Schmidt throws the first pitch up and in to the centre fielder Phil Carine, hits him in the middle of the back and puts runner on first base. That's 3 hit by pitch balls tonight. No walks. 3 hit by pitch balls. And this brings up the younger of the 2 Granlund boys. This is Kylan. Hits it back to the pitcher. Well gloved there by Schmidt. Tosses it over to Nuttall to finish the bottom of the 4th inning.
Is it strange that I still get nervous when I see pitchers field the ball and throwing it over? It's like traumatic life experiences of watching them butcher 50% of every ball that gets hit at them just about.
It is the most butchered play in baseball history. Yeah. Closely followed by the drop third strike from the catcher and always over the top of the pitcher. Yeah, it's just get up there, throw it hard, and try not to think. So, but as we almost reach the halfway mark of this game, Carine hold down that 3-1 lead.
Yes, the Braves still haven't sent anyone down.
Bullpen as well, and there's a couple of guys loitering around down there. There's a couple of guys sitting, but no one's up throwing at this stage. So, maybe that extra run has given Giddens a little bit more opportunity.
Well, I think in the context of needing to back it up on the weekend, you need these 2 guys to
playing, aren't they?
100%, yeah.
So, it's one of those things. I think Nuttall Nuttall's been doing some pitching, I think. Ryan Nuttall, the coach.
Yeah.
But as now that brings up for the Braves, number 34, Jack Rigdon. Rigdon was hit fair square in the numbers and came across the score on the wild pitch in the second inning. Giddens deals and called for strike one. Giddens kicks down low and outside there for ball number one. We've still got all the same players playing in the positions for the Carine team. Giddens fires in for strike two, so that puts Rigdon in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll be looking to make some contact and get himself on in some way, shape or form. And gets plonked yet again, right on the left ankle.
I think he's got a guard on there, but I think it still hurt him anyway.
I think it might have missed the guard, yeah. So as he sort of gingerly walks up to first base.
Like, I can appreciate that it's a final and wear it when you can, but there's probably more realistic spots that you might want to take it than your ankle. So you're still kind of hobbling on the way up there, but
look, I still believe that the only way that you would ever take a pitch is loaded bases, grand final, one or none out, and it's the championship winning RBI. There's no other reason to take it. As Schmidt grounds the ball to second base, Asa Makara goes over to Granlund to record the second out as Rigdon hobbles in a way up to second base. So
it looks like the Dirt's playing pretty true out there at second. That's It's been pretty good of late. Obviously, the lack of water that we've had for the last couple of days means that we haven't been able to really put as much on it as we'd like. A lot of hand watering.
A lot of hand watering. I think I did about 18 hours worth of hand watering over what was supposed to be the long weekend. As Nuttall flies a ball to the shortstop for the second out. Yeah, it was a pretty big weekend. I sort of mainly concentrated on the infield and the area, the foul ball area, because obviously we just really didn't have the capability to do most of the field. But good news is we'll definitely have water on the field tomorrow. So I think by the time we end up in the State League Finals, should be looking very nice and green. As Giddens fires in for ball one on Nick Davis. Nick Davis had a single to centre field last at bat. He'll be looking to score Rigdon from second base. Up high and swung for strike number 2. So 1 ball, 1 strike count on Nick Davis. Giddens comes set, fires, bounces one in, well blocked there by Granlund for 2 balls, 1 strike. I'm going to have to very quickly make a call down to the canteen, I think.
Mate, me too. Turn the air conditioning off. It's
As that one is fouled over the Braves dugout, and a 2-balls, 2-strike count. Higgins fires one in, and foul ball up the right field, up the right field line, the first base line there. Plucked there by Granlund. So looking to make contact, just looking to put bat on the ball. If you put bat on the ball, it's amazing what can happen. I remember Kevin Hooker when he was involved in the schoolboys coaching, used to talk about there's 4 or 5 things that have to happen for an out to be made on a ground ball. As Giddens throws low for a full count, said has to be picked up, it has to be gloved, has to be put into the hand, has to be thrown across. He said there's lots of things that can happen to get yourself on base. Where a strikeout, you've just really got to be caught by the catcher. As Giddens fires now on a 3-2 count, and fouled over into the stands. So the count remains 3-2.
So it was kind of up again, so
both
battling
pitchers,
it off.
Yeah, both pitchers using that pitch effectively tonight. It's a hard one to lay off though, isn't it? Like it's up there, it's in your eyes, you can see it. You go, oh, I can take this thing deep, and rarely ever happens.
Well, not for you, alright, it didn't, mate. So,
No, never did. As Giddens fires, and that one looks like it's
ball's in play. Foul ball.
No, foul ball.
Right.
So, interesting. It took a while for the home plate umpire to throw his hands up and call foul.
So it's come off the bat and then into the catcher somehow, and giving him a moment.
So again, 3 balls, 2-strike count on Nick Davis, the left fielder for the Braves, with Jack Rigdon on second base. Giddens deals.
Hit him.
And hit him again. So
That hit the knob of his bat. Oh my God.
not sure. He's up. So that's the 4th hit by pitch by Giddens tonight.
It's the force on, mate. It's all good. Any bag now.
Look, he had an open base, so not a lot of damage in this case. And that brings the catcher up, Xavier Olsen. Olsen was one of the 4 who've been hit by Giddens tonight. And straight the way through to the backstop. And that advances runners to second and third. Looked like Granlund got a bit crossed up there, wasn't expecting the high fastball.
Yeah, a bit of confusion, I'm assuming. So, that was a big effort pitch, that one. That was...
Yeah, almost looking to end it straight away. As Giddens fires again. Down low this time for a 2-ball count. Of course,
this pitch count's got to be getting really high now, I reckon.
if Olsen gets on, that brings the original lead-off hitter Varian up to the plate. As Giddens fires and gets one in for strike 1.
Let's see if I can get some game changer up here on this laptop without it.
As Giddens fires, and big swing for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and runners on second and third. As Giddens fires and
Got him.
goes low and away and strikes out Olsen to end the threat and leave two stranded at the bottom of the fourth inning. So nice pitching by Giddens there. Got himself into a little bit of trouble and got himself out with the strikeout pitch. So just looking over, looks like just someone starting to stir over in the Carine bullpen, just starting their warm-up. So looks like your Giddens night could be finished.
Yeah, so he's at 75 pitches now at the end of 4, so...
Look, he's probably done what Connor Lowry wants him. I would have hoped that he'd do. Kept get the game close. Obviously, leading 3 runs to 1, so he's done his job in that regard. So, just looking down to the bullpen there, can't quite see who the pitcher is. It is a right-hander.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I mean, Elliott's gone through the lineup twice now, so it's back to the top.
Not a lot of coaches like their starters to go through a lineup a third time these days, so that might be all for.
Must admit though, I don't really like bringing in a fresh pitcher at the top of the order either. Especially if they're going to take a batter or two to kind of get settled in, Sometimes it's better to bring him in a little bit earlier and then try and get that confidence.
You think at 75 he's probably not going to be throwing on Sunday.
No.
So maybe see how much he can get out of him. As Schmidt stands on the hill at the top of the 5th, fires one in to the original leadoff hitter for Carine, being Arata Samakara, and goes ball 1. And in there for a strike.
Yeah, so Schmidt's just over 60 pitches here going into the 5th, right? So I'd be confident, let him see a couple of these guys, third time round, experienced head.
As Samakara bounces one foul. So
get the bullpen warm up now and they can slot into the next one.
As it looks like there's some players down in the Braves bullpen starting to warm up. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Samakara. Ooh, looking for that high strike again.
Yeah, it must have just been up a little bit there.
Yeah, Samakara lays off for a 2-2 count.
I would say that's lefty starting out, finishing out, just not quite coming back in it, but it's hard to leave in that stuff.
Schmidt deals, and that one's fouled straight back to keep the count at 3-2. So we've reached the halfway mark of the game. Carine have come out really aggressive to start the day. They've got 5 hits and their 3 runs. Braves are a little more sedate with 2 hits and 1 run, as Samakara takes ball 4 to walk and get himself up at first base, and that brings the right fielder Timmy Robinson up to plate. Robinson's got two hits out to right field tonight, so
you're looking for the same again right here.
Yeah, look, would you try to jam him inside? But he goes to bunt and bunts it over, and the only place Schmidt's got is over to first base.
He did not take the tram lines in at all.
Little bit of a collision there between Robinson and the Braves first baseman, but that records first out, and nice sacrifice bunt by Robinson to get Samakara over to second base, and that brings up the third place hitter, Sammy Kempton. Kempton is 1 for 2 tonight, struck out and went double. Is looking for the bunt, withdraws the bat and ends up with strike number 1. That was an interesting call, looking the bunt, because he if I remember right, he tried to bunt the first inning too, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, didn't really see much movement from the infield, right? So
as Schmidt deals, big overhand curveball there by Schmidt. Nice pitch for.
Don't think he was happy with that one.
A second strike. So Kempton is in the hole, 0-2 at the moment. Maybe looking to drag the ball to the right side of the field, trying to advance Samakara to third base. Smith deals and foul ball. And one bounce almost into the canteen here at NSR Higher Ballpark. Smith looks in, gets the signal from his catcher Olsen, just as Kempton calls time. So all of our final games, Jess, are all 9 innings. No time limit?
No time limit, not for reserves that week. So
okay, cool. So Schmidt looks the runner back there at second base, goes to the plate, and nice pitch there to strike out Kempton for the second time tonight.
Yeah, he got caught out way out in front there.
Oh, look, used that overhand curve really effectively and sort of had him looking for that pitch. And able to come back, and that brings up Lucas Nelson. Nelson is 0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts as Schmidt deals and goes inside for strike number 1. Looks like there's the Carine pitchers have sat down there in the bullpen, so they're either going to be coming in or they're going to send Giddens out again. Schmidt goes to the plate and foul ball for strike number 2. Unfortunately, we're sitting directly above the Carine dugout, so we can't quite see what Giddens is up to down there. Whether he's put his glove away for the night, or whether he'll.
I think he's definitely going again.
Yeah, you'd be smart too at this point. As that ball's hit up and hit into third base, and Samakara rounds, and there is no throw. As that ball got past the third baseman Jeff Kerr and plates the 4th Carine run. So nice hitting there by the Carine Cat.
Yeah, just didn't quite get over to it in time.
Oh, look, yeah, 2 strikes as Schmidt comes back with a strike on Brandon Hayes. Hayes has had a 2 RBI single and been struck out tonight as he hits one over, and well taken by Kerr. Great stop, thrown over to Nuttall. Great play there.
I think Jeff then, he's played deep as if it was a righty still, and he should have been with the lefty playing over and in a little bit further, and probably could have taken that ball a lot easier. Great play, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think he's got a little bit nervous off the last one and moved himself a bit deeper and around it.
Yeah. Well, again, that's you could have spelt all sorts of trouble for the Braves if that one had got through. So knocked it down, came up, fired it over to Ryan Nuttall at first base, and recorded the 3rd out. So nice play. Obviously, Jess, what you've said basically has come true there, sir, and Giddens will go back on the mound for the 5th inning.
Yeah, you've got to let him run here now, I reckon. So,
well, if he can't be used on the weekend, obviously 75 pitches means that it sort of rules him out a little bit, possibly for the weekend. So, or even
is he 18 yet?
Yeah, yes, he is. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so he might be. I don't see.
He still hasn't got his license though.
All right. Okay.
If you're 18.
Why would you?
Yeah. So
Driving's overrated, kids.
And again, terrific fella. He'll often come down and work at the field with me for things like the Senior League Championship games and the heat games and the like. So he does a little bit of field work here as well. As Lachlan Varian fouls his first ball back for strike number 1. As we look down there to see Ryan Harder from the umpires taking their tables back into their office. So,
I'll let you handle that complaint later, mate.
Inside there for a 1 ball 1 strike count. I think they were used for the Masters, and then of course with the exploding water tank.
Got left out.
Yeah, putting him back into the umpire's room was pretty low on the priority list. So as Giddens goes high for 2 balls 1 strike.
So you handballing that one to Patrick Moore? Is that what you're doing?
No, look, they were there, and obviously, the umpire's room is in a bit of a state of disrepair at the moment with the water leak we had. As Giddens goes to 3 balls 1 strike on Varian, so everything is out in the tunnel. So, right.
We don't get many complaints at Baseball WA, mate. So,
We don't get many complaints. You're funny, mate. I like you. As Giddens throws ball 4, so puts the leadoff runner for Braves on. Yeah, you're a funny man, mate, with that. So, and that's Giddens' second walk of the evening and brings up the shortstop, Lenny Golding. Golding's hit 2 towering fly balls, neither of which have got out of the infield.
Do you reckon he's going deep now? Third time lucky.
Swings.
Find a gap for us.
Yeah, he swings hard. As Giddens deals and goes strike 1 on Lenny Golding.
Braves have had the Kennelly dynasty come through, and Lenny here's the first of many Goldings coming through. So looking forward to that one.
As throw over to first base there, and Varian gets back easy. The 5 or 6, I think, in the Golding family. I know Archie spent a lot of time as the ball boy, as the bat boy for the Heat. So I got to know Archie well. Obviously, Gemma has been playing in the women's elite competition. As Giddens goes low for ball 1. So 1 ball 1 strike. Varian on first, none out here in the bottom of the 5th. Inside again for a 2 ball 1 strike count.
It's good to see JK using the little mark that you've made for him, mate. So, down the line there.
As we go strike 2 on Giddens. Cheers, thanks.
More fines for Jono for getting food delivered to him while he's broadcasting. And a coffee too, mate. Love it.
Has to be an advantage of your daughter working in the canteen. So, thank you very much. Well delivered. You really should have asked for a tip, to be honest. So,
Speaking of complaints, you'd be used to getting complaints from your daughter too, mate. So.
Well, I figure as I have to buy her a car in the next week, that's a big enough tip. As the ball goes over to the shortstop, and Golding gets thrown out, but that advances Varian to second base.
Yeah, hit and run there for sure, and good jump by Varian. It's made it safe. Shortstop's had to play 1, and that's executed well.
Not a play that's in vogue much anymore, the hit and run. So I used to love it. I must admit, I was a number 2 hitter when I played my time at South Perth, and
some of it's situational, right? Like, from coaching that kind of 15, 16, 17, 18 kind of age bracket, you have a runner on 1, and then they're taking all the pitches on the outside edge. I'm like, you've got this giant gap out the other way. Push the ball out the other way. Don't look for the walk, and then that guy's hooning around a 3, and then anything can happen, right?
almost a run and hit.
Yeah, having a better approach, right? Don't go, oh, it's not the pitch that I want. I'm like, well, for the situation, it's the pitch you should be swinging at.
Yeah. Interesting call there by Carine. They've intentionally walked Jeff Kerr to bring up Liam Collins. Collins is over 2.
He looked good last at bat. I mean, I don't know if this is a great decision here. I mean,
interesting move. You don't see the intentional base on balls, sort of at the bottom of the 5th inning. As Giddens pumps the strike in there for a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah. I mean, they may know more than we do as far as Elliott's, against Collins, but
again, a lot of state league experience there from Collins. As that ball is driven into centre field past the shortstop, and that will then score Varian and brings Kerr over to third base. So a double there for Liam Collins, and that puts a run on the board, the much needed run on the board for the Braves, with now runners at 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out. Nice hitting up the middle there by Liam Collins.
yeah, big call putting the force on, and then if you really wanted to, probably should have done it again and get rid of Collins too, right? Because like I said, he looked really good in his last at bat. And
yeah, drove one out to the centre fielder as there is action in the Carine bullpen as the Carine coach, who is
Tim Holmes.
Has a chat with Giddens. Obviously, that's an interesting call now to intentionally walk Jeff Kerr, as that now puts him on second on third base, and the tying run in Liam Collins on second, and brings Jack Rigdon to the plate. Rigdon's had a bit of a hard time tonight, been hit twice, once in the leg, once in the back. Open base there as Giddens goes ball 1. Again, the Carine guys have got the middle infielders halfway in, and their corner infielders a little bit more, so they're sort of halfway, looking to gun the runner down as Rigdon fouls one straight back. This is a big moment in the game here, Jess. A hit will probably score 2, even it up. As a little dribbler, Giddens looks and in comes Kerr and dropped. There by Granlund. Granlund couldn't hold the ball that was coming down there from his brother, and Kerr gets in to put the third Carine Braves run on the board. Interesting play there. Giddens did everything he needed to do, looked the runner back, and then fired over to the first baseman by Kerr. Then took that and
not quite sure what they're questioning here. It's clearly dropped the ball.
Holmes isn't happy with that. The Carine bench very vocal in their disapproval.
All looked pretty fair bump play on type stuff. Elliott may have had a little bit of extra time there, but really, and you had a couple of runs. You just need to get the out, and they're going to go Schmitty here now, and
Smith's over 1 tonight as that ball goes inside. So we're starting to get towards suppose the money part of the game in the middle innings. Yeah, Giddens pitched a pretty good game so far. He's fought pretty hard, as that one goes in for strike number 1.
He's got to be getting in around 90 odd now, I reckon, pitches wise. So.
The tying run is at third base. As
Very vocal Carine.
nor the crowd, nor
Only framed
nor
it
the,
half a foot, but you know, we'll all chirp about it. It's all right.
nor the crowd, nor the Carine catcher thought that one missed, but according to umpire Pete Bowie, it did.
It's always a perfect view from side on, Jono. Like, it just absolutely annoys me. Like, what are you guys talking about?
As Giddens goes to a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Daniel Schmidt. Smith swings 3-1, fouls it over, and puts the count at 3-2.
I mean, right field is playing very, very far around. Like, he's kind of crept a little bit, but
He's definitely not playing in the pool. As Giddens deals, and Smith drives the one into centre field and drops in front, and that brings home Rigdon to tie up this game at
Schmitty.
4-all. Good hitting there by Daniel Schmidt. Just put bat on ball, hit it over the infield, dropped it.
Bit of excitement out there at 1 as well for him, so that's good. Ties the game up.
Nice job by Schmitty, having spent most of his career as a baseballer not hitting.
Yeah.
He'd be pretty happy with that. So we go 4-all in the bottom of the 5th. As that brings up Nuttall, and Nuttall drives one deep over the centre fielder's head, up against the fence. Schmidt turns and goes to third base.
Oh no, was that second?
No one on second as Nuttall chugs his way into second base. So nice hitting by Nuttall. First pitch.
Absolute
drove it over the
scenes here,
centre fielder's
Jono.
head.
Absolute scenes, mate. It's all happening now. Where are we at? 8-9-1.
Probably don't have the two fastest runners on base for the Braves team.
We just need a slow dribbler now, Jono, to get the go-ahead run. And
a slow dribbler that doesn't leave the infield. Yeah. And that brings to the plate Nick Davis. Davis hit for the second time as well and loads the bases up. So Rigdon and Davis here for the Braves, been in the firing line. Both have been hit twice. I think Davis was 1 for 1 and now is on base for the 3rd consecutive time. Looks like the Carine pitcher down there in the bullpen starting to ramp up what he wants to do. So that brings the catcher, Xavier Olsen. Olsen's been hit once and struck out as he goes big swing to start the day and 1-strike count. Well, this at-batter may well be the biggest at-bat of the night.
chasing that high one. Like, brought the outfield in, so they're wanting to kind of chop off anything that kind of bloops over.
So Giddens jumps ahead 0-2. Runners on actually all the bases are full, nowhere to put him either.
Got him.
And struck him out on 3 pitches. So as we go to the bottom, we go to the top of the 6th, we've got the teams locked at 4 each.
Game on, Jono. I love it.
Game on. Yep, that's the thing, isn't it?
Finals baseball.
So K2. So that may well be the book on Giddens tonight. Looking at the Carine pitcher in the bullpen down there, he's looking like he's He's ramping himself up.
So it looks like someone's coming in for the Braves too out of the bullpen.
So switch nights might be over.
So Elliott went through 103 pitches there, 4 Ks, 3 walks, 4 earned runs, 5 hits. Schmitty was on 78 for his 5 innings with 9 Ks, 1 walk, 4 runs, 6 hits. So it's an even battle, mate. It really is. So I'm interested to see who comes in from the bullpen here. Is that Brody Binder? Can't quite tell from.
Look, I think Elliott pitched pretty well. The decision there would have been his coaches to intentionally walk Jeff Kerr. Looks like it's backfired a little bit for him.
Yeah.
So as number 35 comes on, which is Brody Binder, to replace Daniel Schmidt.
I mean, a huge captain's knock there by Ryan Nuttall too, mate. Like, huge hit off the back wall.
Yeah, first pitch swinging, drove it. I think it hit the base of the wall out there at dead centre. So 360 feet away. So according to Lachlan Dale with his golf yardage thing, I'm a bit sceptical. I must admit. I measured it a little bit shorter than that, but obviously Lockie rates his driving ability.
Yes.
We can say stuff like this because he's currently in Japan with the looking at the World Baseball Classic, where that gets ahead 11 o'clock tomorrow. As we just had young guests leave the booth to go searching for more baseballs. So as we enter the top of the 6th, we now have Brody Binder on the mound for the Braves team. Infield stays the same. We've still got Ryan Nuttall at first, Lachlan Berry at second, Jeff Kerr at third, and Lenny Golding, and the outfield of Nick Davis, Liam Collins, and Jack Rigdon. As that brings to the plate number 28 for the green side, Finn Scott, and he's swinging first pitch and dumps a little single into centre field as well. So again, first pitch swinging for Scott, and drops one in to get a lead off on the top of the 6th inning. That's a feature of what Carine's been doing tonight. They've been very aggressive there, swinging at first pitches, and brings up the catcher, Cooper Granlund. Coop tonight is 0 for 2, grounded out to the pitcher and flied out to the centre fielder. Binder throws in and bunt attempt there by Granlund, and strike 1 there. Obviously they're looking to see if they can move the runner into scoring position. As they get down towards the bottom of the order, Granlund's the number 7 hitter. We've got Korski, and then followed by Kyle Granlund as Binder goes over to first base. And Granlund's gone early with the bunt. Now he pulls it back and goes for the bunt again and pulls it back and gets ball number 1 there from Binder. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So looks like the Carine hierarchy want to get Finn Scott over to second base. A 1 ball, 1 strike count on. On Granlund. He looks to bunt again, pulls it as it's high, off the glove of Olsen there, but Scott doesn't advance the base. So 2 balls, 1 strike count. Really interesting time of the game here. Carine had all the momentum first. Braves have wrestled it back with their 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And now Carine looking to take it. Squares the bunt again, draws back, and goes to 3 balls, 1 strike. So the last thing Binder wants to do is to walk Granlund and have runners on first and second with nobody out. He comes set. Granlund bunts and pops it up. And well taken there by Olsen. Not a very good bunt attempt there by Granlund. Just popped it up. Olsen jumped up really quick, grabbed it to record the first out, which is a big out. There from Binder. Now the double play will end the inning as we bring up Horsquig. And I will apologise now if that's not the way that you pronounce it. He looks to bunt as well. So interestingly draws it back and inside for ball one. We've got the lefty up at the plate. The Braves aren't looking as a pull hitter as he fires one over to first base to keep Scott close. How'd you go with those baseballs, Jess?
Well, I think we've got to remember that there's a fenced-off area behind the back and no one can get in to get baseballs anymore, so I think we're going to go through a fair few this final
bunts
series.
And bunts for a hit, and Kerr can't come up with it. Nice bunt there. Kerr couldn't quite glove it. It'll be interesting to see the way that they score that as either a hit or an error. But either way, he has got himself on first base. I think they're going to be quite nice and give a hit there. Obviously, Kerr had to come in.
I think he came in a long way to field that.
He did, yeah, he was almost level with the pitcher when he went to glove it, so he might not have even been able to get the batter or the runner if he did glove the ball successfully. So that brings up Kylan Granlund now, the first baseman. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And he goes to bunting as well. And he bunts and Nuttall tags Granlund out.
Oh, chirping.
Words.
Chirping, here we go.
Words there were spoken between the two players. Granlund wasn't too happy with the way that Nuttall tagged him out. Some words were said. Umpires came in to settle it down. But that's interesting, Jess. They essentially went for three bunts. So,
I like it. Really though, when you hover back and then you try and jump out of the way, you know, he's going to lunge at you. So, you know, it's good to see. It's good to see everyone invested in it though.
Yeah, look, it's there's a bit of feeling in the game now after what's happened in the last inning, as Binder comes in and fires a strike to the leadoff hitter, Samakara. Samakara's 1 for 2 tonight. Single in the first and walked and scored a run in the third. High and outside there for a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Yeah, I think no doubt if we go down and have a look at the new tank, there'll be a couple of baseballs floating happily in the top of it.
There's no lid in it yet?
No, it's a no lid one.
The no lid one, awesome.
Yeah, no, as Binder goes strike 2. No, we're much more concerned with getting it up and getting water into it, as opposed to putting a roof on. That's another day's job. So we just needed to get some water out to the field. So
might have to call into one of our other partners and get some more baseballs made down at Fielder's Choice.
As Binder strikes out Samakara to end the threat at the top of the 6th inning, and scores remain at 4 runs apiece. Big strikeout and big inning there, given the amount of feeling in the game now.
I like it.
Well, it's what we play for, isn't it? So,
oh, they want to win, you know. They're playing seriously, so it's it's good.
So Elliot Giddens' night is finished, and looks like we have Declan Phillips coming on for the Carine side. Phillips, right-hander. that closes the book on Giddens. Pitched 5 innings. Pitched pretty well. Struck out 5, I think, something along those lines. Struck out 5. Unfortunately, hit 4. So just having a look at my list. 1, 2,
Struck out
3 of the night.
Fines for Fitzgerald. It's my
That's the 10 kilos.
ran out of lollies.
Got 3 bags.
Devastating.
Wow.
I need to put an emergency order into Hartshire for another 10 kilo box of lollies.
Probably what we need to do for the finals, and I'm going to throw this one out there, mate, but we almost need a popcorn vendor.
Popcorn vendor.
Popcorn vendor. Or at least a popcorn machine. So, because, nothing goes quite as well with baseball as popcorn. So.
Remember when they used to do corn in the cup at the Perth Day?
Oh, yes, I do, yeah. So.
I miss it.
I was at City Field a couple of years ago with, watching the Mets play, and I had a Philly cheesesteak.
Nice.
And I swear most of my arteries are still blocked from it. There was so much cheese, and it was that American cheese, that almost orange stuff.
Yeah. Bit of gunk.
Yeah, I swear that at some point I'm going to need a quadruple bypass after that. Okay, so that brings Lachlan Varian to the plate with Declan Phillips. Phillips looks like he's a bit of a short arm there. He doesn't drag his arm right the way back. Can often upset the timing of hitters. They're expecting the arm to go back. He almost fires it very much like a catcher throws. As he goes up for ball number 2 on Varian. Varian is 0 for 2 tonight, struck out, hit into a double play. Did score a run in the 5th inning for the Braves when he was walked. As Phillips goes in for strike number 1. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Nice little breaking ball there over to even the count up 2-2. Bit of an unusual action, mate.
Yeah, very unusual action.
Almost sort of drops as he goes for ball 3. Almost sort of drops his elbow down and then brings it straight back up and throws it. So
It's hurting my shoulder watching him, mate. So
it's hurting my elbow actually.
yeah, mate. And he's probably completely pain-free with this action. So
full count now on the hitter. And loses on first base with the second walk tonight for Varian. That brings up Lenny Golding to the plate. Golding's 0 for 3. I would bunt here.
I would probably bunt here
We've
too.
seen lots of bunting. We've probably seen more bunting in the last inning than I have for pretty much all of this season in the state league games that I've watched.
Especially off this action off the pitcher. Here we go.
As he
Oh,
bunts.
out of the box though.
Almost a running bunt close. Yeah, he actually sort of almost softball style.
Yeah.
So fouled that one back for 1 ball. Looks down to the assistant coach of the reserves, Josh Kennelly, as he goes back to stand on his well manicured spot. So let's see if the bunt is on. Let's see if the Carine guys want to hold the runner close. Phillips goes to the plate and goes for
Then he got lucky then, I think.
ball 1. Yeah, obviously took the bunt off.
So JK must be about 16 hours straight here at the field, eh? Today?
Yeah, worked from 10 till 8 last night,
Yeah.
and as Golding hits it over to the third baseman.
Oh, stayed in. Oh, he's cooked now. He's got to run back.
And so, third baseman over to the second baseman who threw it away. Gets the out at second base, but Golding was motoring through, and even though he did turn towards second, then came back. Yeah, JK arrived at 10, left at 8, got here at 5 today to put the rest of it up. So yeah, it's been a long day for Josh at the field, and again, bright as they go over to first base to keep Golding close. Again, any irrigation work, highly recommend Brightwater Irrigation.
I kind of feel, Johnny, that we're starting to see fatigue come into this game a little bit. Just little kind of mental errors starting to creep in, and it's getting kind of late. Wednesday night, warm day.
Yeah, first time it's happened. As Jeff Kerr is the hitter now, and he goes to a 1-ball, no strike count. Obviously, they intentionally walked Kerr after his double in the first inning. He came around to score, hits it over again, over to the shortstop, then guns it over to Kylan Granlund at first base to retire Kerr, but allows Lenny Golding to end up at second base. So the go-ahead run is now in scoring position.
We've got Colo back up to bat again, mate.
Wow.
Had a couple of RBIs already tonight.
Yeah, he's got a one, I think, according to me, but I might be wrong. He's 1 for 3 with a single, struck out and flied out tonight. Obviously, he'll be looking to put the ball in play. Golding's young fella, got a bit of speed about him, so no doubt he'll be heading home, and JK will wave him home. Granlund goes out to speak with Phillips there, just to make sure they get on the right page. They do have a base to play with at least. As Phillips looks back the runner and then goes high for ball 1. So Samakara there is holding Golding on at second base. And that one's ripped down the foul ball line. Number 82.
Someone with a blankie walking around.
Well, again, hot day today, really hot day, but beautiful night to be here at the baseball. As check swing called strike there by umpire Peter Bowie. Obviously, we have Friday night lights again.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
With Paul Persick will make an appearance.
Front row screens are back.
Front row screens, and
broadcast
obviously
team.
the top of the table, Morley Eagles take on the 4th place Wanneroo Giants in what will be a big game for both clubs to shore up their finals positions. As we have a 1-ball, 2-strike count. And high ball lifted in to shallow.
That's 3 of them tonight he's taken. That's good. I like it.
Shallow right field there. Well taken by Samakara to end the inning there with teams locked at 4 runs apiece. So what, obviously with Carine, with Wanneroo and Morley on the weekend, on Friday night, Morley can secure first place if they take the victory?
Yeah,
or
correct. Yeah, so I think
they're reasonably safe.
It's a mathematical thing. Hang on, we've got a State Director of Umpiring in here asking a question.
I'll text her.
Text me. Texting me later. Lost my train of thought now, John. What were we talking about? Oh, Wanneroo and Morley. So yeah, look, I think it's still a mathematical possibility for Perth to jump them. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I think Morley have been playing pretty well.
Well, Wanneroo will want to finish off the season well in the next 2 games because they will face Carine in the elimination final, which is Friday week here at the field, starting at 7 o'clock. So you obviously want to go into the final series sort of all guns blazing and in form, and obviously they've got the big pickup of Tal Tardru, the heat pitcher. So that's a big pickup, considering that they're losing their import.
And Morley have a lot of their guys away for Team Australia duties, so
yeah, obviously,
great opportunity for Wanneroo to get the job done and
with the 2
get a bit of
hauls
momentum
away. So it'll be a big round this weekend. As Binder starts off the hitter, and it looks like we now have a pinch hitter in, number 41 for the Braves team, which I don't have on my list. For the Carine Cats, sorry, I don't have number 41. The only player that I have without a number is Zach Devons, so let's call him Zach Devons.
Right.
Appears to be replacing Tim Robinson at right field as Binder goes 2-0 on the new batter. As that ball's dragged foul down the third baseline. So this is a big thing for the Carine club. Obviously, they're playing here in the State League Reserves finals. They look like they'll qualify for the State League finals as well in that 5th place. So that's probably a pretty decent year for the club. As that ball's hit over to the second baseman, Varian, he throws it over. And for the second time tonight, we've had a collision there at first base. Ryan Nuttall looks pretty much like an American linebacker.
Yep.
So I'm not sure that...
Did not flinch at all on that one. So
almost stick some tape around his ears and put him in the front row. 1 out for the Carine Cats. That brings up Sammy Kempton. Kempton is 1 for 3 tonight. He has a double and 2 strikeouts. As he swings through a pitch.
I mean, Carine, it's such a big club. It's only been a matter of time before the depth starts to grow at the top divisions here, and they'll have a nice pitch. They'll have a very long time, I reckon, at the top end of the table.
Always were a huge club, weren't they? A lot of kids down there in that area. As Binder goes outside for 2 balls, 2 strikes. Obviously, they get very strategic with their imports as well, who they bring over. I think they've brought over a couple of pitchers.
Yeah, a couple of Polish, I believe, as well, Europeans. So
as Kempton hits it over to the second baseman, Varian gets it, and he throws it away, and the ball goes to the fence and then thrown up, and that ball gets thrown over the shortstop's head as well from catcher Xavier Olsen. So all of that basically means that we've now got a runner on second base. And once again, starting with a bit more chirping.
Yeah, both umpires come over there to kind of control the situation and let it simmer down a little bit, but he had nowhere to go, so the throw drew Nuttall down the line and collision happened, so just one of those unfortunate things there. It's not a no contact sport, Jono.
Yeah, very true. Looks like they're scoring that one as an error. on the shortstop. The second baseman, Lockenberry. As I thought that was a bit of a tough error. Maybe the error is on the running going to second base, because he had to go a long way, had to dive down onto it and come up with it. So unfortunate, as Binder bounces one there, and that allows the runner to get to third. Xavier Olsen bounced another one over the third baseman, but well backed up in the left field by Nick Davis. So now all of a sudden we've got runner on Lucas Nelson. Nelson's 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI, and that has necessitated the Braves pulling their infield in. They want to gun down the runner at the plate. Nice pitch there by Binder up in the strike zone, get him swinging for 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's that pitch again.
We've been chasing high all night, yeah. It's,
we're obviously missing something from up here. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Obviously Binder wants a strike out here as he comes to the plate and gets him looking on a nice little breaking ball there by Brody Binder. Big out, big pitch, big out there, as the Braves infield now go back to regular depth.
yeah, not too happy with himself. That's the third strikeout tonight, isn't it?
Third strikeout, yeah. So comes in, misses on Brandon Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He got the scoring going ahead for Carine in the.
Likes coming into bat with 2 outs, doesn't he? Every at bat. So,
Yeah.
no pressure, mate. You know, just get the RBIs for us and don't get out, right?
So has handled the bat well tonight. Obviously struck out there in his second plate appearance. So a 2 ball count on Hayes. Big swing and a miss there as Binder comes back. 2 balls, 1 strike.
One of the comments from the dugout there: do the job.
Yeah, it feels like, that this game could even get a little bit nasty with some of the comments and some of the things that have been happening. As Binder comes in, goes breaking ball and drops it in there for 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Hayes looking to make contact, the ball anywhere. Binder comes set and swings it down, and nice pitch by Binder down in the strike zone. He had a bit of a look over at the Carine bench as well. So
Nice.
Nice pitch to get themselves out of trouble there, as we end up after 6.5, halfway through the 7th inning at 4-all. A lot more freely coming into the game now as we get towards the money part of the night.
It's so good, Jono. I love it. You've been playing. It's a long season, right? Especially when you're in state league and reserves. Long season. You get to this point, you don't want it to end. You don't want to end here Wednesday night at the ballpark. You want to keep going, right?
And it would have been made even longer. Like everyone says, we should play everything in Perth because it never rains. And we've had at least 13 rain outs here at the park, in addition to those out of the field. So,
and the day we thought we'd have a heat affected day, we got rained out that day too. How did that work?
So it's been a long season. Started on the 10th of October with Braves winning the first game 2-1, and now we come all the way to early March and tied up after 6.5 innings.
I did love how we basically went all winter league without a rain out, and then start the summer season and rain out immediately. Always the way.
I think I was saying to someone prior to the gala weekend that in my 2 years of working the field here, never had a rain out. In fact, only ever rained once, and then of course, boom, we lose the gala weekend, which has obviously necessitated a whole lot of make-up games here at the field, and so as the ball is ripped into left field there by Jack Rigdon. So rather than being hit by the ball, he hits the ball and gets himself on first base. So Declan Phillips there threw it in there. Rigdon goes out to left field. Obviously looks down to get the sign from the Braves base coach. Phillips looks over to first base, and we go the bunt again, and bunts it down. A beautiful bunt.
Textbook.
And
no,
over goes.
Great.
What a fantastic play there by Rigdon. Rigdon saw that there was nobody covering third base, rounded second, and dove himself into third base. Terrific play, heads up baseball there from Rigdon.
That's bunting 101 right there, Jono. That was
Beautiful
absolute.
bunt. Yeah, regulation bunt, did what he had to do.
Got in a
Third
good
base.
position to put it down perfectly. Everyone comes charging in, and extra bases happened.
And look, we had a pinch hitter there for Daniel Schmidt, which we didn't quite pick up in all the excitement, as Phillips goes in on Ryan Nuttall for strike number one. Nuttall's 1 for 3, drove one off the centre field fence, and he'd be looking for pretty much the same. Even a ball into the outfield is most
Nice, good play.
Great play by Samakara to look Rigdon back at third and then fire it over. Nearly had a little bit of time with Ryan. It's probably fair to say that he's not an Olympic sprinter.
I haven't got a change in here yet for Schmitty. With
No, they had a right. Was it a right-handed hitter? Maybe again.
No, it was a lefty. It was a lefty.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe it was Smitty.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was.
okay. Well, actually, as a pitcher, he should know how to bunt. So, nice job there by Schmidt. As the ball leapt up, grabbed it, stranded the runner at third base. That is an impressive half inning in the field there by Samakara. Line
I
drive.
mean, that's kept the game alive for him, righty? That could have been a total momentum changer, and then shut him down both those plays. That's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. Great play by Samakara. He's had a delightful night in the field. 3 towering fly balls. The play there to hold the runner at third, and then the play to make the last out. So we go through 7 innings now with teams locked at 4-all. Looks like a change has been made. I saw JK over there talking with the umpire.
So if we go into tiebreaker, Jono, runner on second
Oh, okay.
is the
right.
international rule. Runner on second.
Runner on second.
So
it looks like we have a change now for the Braves. Coming on, number 24. Which I don't think I've got a 24 on my list.
no.
Definitely don't have a 24. Unless it's Brett Ardell, because that's
Oh,
reasonably poor writing. So So a new picture. So that closes the book on Binder. Binder did a runs and allowed the Braves to come back and level up. So we'll try and get down on the scorers to find out who has come on. It's just checks game changer. But that brings up Finn Scott, struck out twice and a single out to centre field. Scott's the DH tonight. As we go 1 ball, 1 strike. And strike number 2.
It is Brett.
It is Brett.
Brett Ardell, yep.
Brett Ardell.
Got the old Braves hat on, not the new ones that they're wearing.
And struck him out. So way to get up on the mound and start throwing strikes as a relief pitcher. As Finn Scott goes down for the 3rd time tonight via the strikeout. And that brings Warwick's own Cooper Graham to the plate.
Big levers, big levers.
Yeah. Look, it'd be fair to say too that Cooper's probably left the school by this time. As he goes around the bunt, pulls it back, and goes to a 2 ball, no strike count.
Is he turning 30, is he? Or,
He wasn't. Well, Carine and Wanneroo were the 2 clubs.
Ooh-wee.
As goes to a 3 ball, no strikeout. Carine and Wanneroo were the 2 clubs that the kids, the baseballer that Warwick played at. So, and we had a pretty good team throughout through some of the years that I was there. And nowhere close. And Granlund walks for his first time on base. I think we might have even won the B grade championship one year because A grade was basically we were playing against South Fremantle, which nobody wanted to play. Yeah, I think we beat Sacred Heart College for our B grade championship. As Ardell throws strike. Olsen was up there pretty quickly.
They've shown bunt 4 times now in a row.
They do like the bunt. I often thought the bunt was dead. As he goes to bunt again, pulls it back, and 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, so Jeff's playing well into the grass now.
Yeah, Nuttall's holding Cooper Granlund on there at first base. And bunts it down to the pitcher. Doesn't do anything, just looks and goes over to first base and makes the out there. Well scooped up by Ryan Nuttall. I don't know. We might have to talk to Carine at some point and explain the concept of the tram lines there.
They haven't taken
lane.
Yeah, the running lane.
They haven't looked like being completely in the tram lines.
You've got to get in there at some point while you're running up, right? So, if you can't make a subsequent play because of it, then you're arguing the case, right?
True. Of course, we will need to decide over the summer. Over the winter, if we're going to go to the regulation size. The running lane went out to 4 foot as Kyle Granlund fouls that one straight back. The running lane went out to 4 feet in Major League Baseball last year. So
that's based off the size of the bases, is it? Sure.
They got bigger bases too. As Granlund fights that one off for no balls, 2 strike count. So one of the things we'll have to sort of, we have quite a detailed off-season plan for the field, and obviously your mounds and home plates and all sorts of things. As Ardell goes down low for a 1 ball 2 strike count. It was good discipline by Granlund there not to chase the pitch. So we've got Kylan at the plate and Cooper at second base, and Kylan drives that into right centre field and scores his brother. As Carine now go ahead 5 runs to 4, so good hitting by Kylan Granlund there. Just punched it over the second baseman's head to put the Carine Cats up in the top of the 8th inning.
He was trying to sign a couple of autographs over there to the Braves fans, and getting just blank looks and whatevs.
There is a bit of feeling here tonight. So as that ball gets hit out to the right fielder by Arata Samakara, and that ends the inning there, but not before the Carine Cats take a 5 runs to 4 lead in this elimination final.
So we've got a pitching change for Carine as well.
It looks like we have, yeah. So it looks like, no. So
Number 40.
So number 40, which is Tyler Paul, lefty coming in. To more than likely, I think we'll be trying to finish the game out and save the game for the Carine team. Looks like he throws a little bit harder than our last pitcher, Declan Phillips.
Yeah, Declan finished pretty well. 20 pitches, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk.
He's currently the pitcher of record on the long side.
Yeah.
So and that puts Brett Ardell, the losing pitcher, on the short side. So obviously Braves now have got 6 outs to try and get themselves at least 1 run across to put this game into extras. Just a little break in play while Granlund gets his gear on after scoring the winning run. Oh, sorry, the go-ahead run. Always with the catcher. You score, you come off, and the guy goes and swings at the first pitches and makes it out. And you're never ready with your gear on, so. Okay, so coming up for the Braves in the bottom of the 8th inning here at NSR High Ballpark is the catcher Xavier Olsen and Lachlan Varian and Lenny Golding. And I think probably the danger man at this point, Jeff Kerr, lurks as to get at least 1 more at bat before this game ends, as we look down to in the bullpen, as he's over 2 tonight, struck out twice, been hit by a pitch. As Paul evens up the count there with 1-1. It looks like Ryan Nuttall down there in the first base bullpen. There's some action going on down there in the Carine bullpen as well. As a called strike. And Oh, punches the ball through. Lovely hit by Olsen on the ball through it on the outside corner. Probably threw it where he wanted it. Maybe it was a little bit up. And Olsen punched it through to the base with the original leadoff hitter, Lachlan Varian, up to the plate.
So, Jono, he's very late on the previous pitch, and then you give him something slow outside that he can then push the other way.
Yeah, probably.
That is not the smartest move.
And the ball has been bunted foul in scoring position, and then try and hit him in. Of course, unless there's a double play, that will bring Jeff Kerr to the plate during this inning, which might be a really big at bat. So, one strike to Varian. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Squares round to bunt and drops the bunt down the third base line, straight to the third baseman. He fires it over. Great play. And again, Olsen was trying to do the same play. Was in advance, so it just keeps him at second base. So nice sacrifice bunt there by Varian to mean he's 0 for 4 tonight. So hasn't had a great night at the plate, but much like our good friend Joel Gilding, can cover himself in glory with one at bat. Big. First pitch is strike one to Goldie.
So a few times now he's like seemed to be upset with himself for taking that first pitch strike.
And now he finds himself in the hole 0-2.
I just think if you're going to have that approach as well, why would you do that first pitch?
Yeah, look.
Now you're doing it, now you're going 0-2.
Yeah, the fact that so no ball, 2 strike count on Golding, the Brave shortstop, and fouled straight back.
Keep battling.
So, no, he's sort of 2 towering fly balls to Samakara at second base. So. But, again, if he gets a hit, he ties the game up, then he would have done his job well. He wants to at least try and advance the runner, get him to third base.
Hit him.
So it came in on a back foot breaking ball there and hit him on the back foot. So that puts now runners on first and second base with only one out.
Hair in his pants there. It's gotten bigger and bigger as the night's gone on.
I'm not going to touch that one, to be honest. So, I saw some players from the other team look like they've just pulled their pants out of their bag from the weekend.
Yeah.
So, tonight was one double, attentional base on balls where he scored the run. Big at bat here as Paul delivers and high for ball one.
So you don't want to get rattled here. Walk Jeff. End up with another.
Delivers. Ball is down for 2 balls and no strikes. As that
Prompts chat.
The Carine coach to go out and have a chat. He doesn't want any of the infielders. Oh, mate, what do the coach say out there?
I pitched for a while. Listen, I go back to Pee Wee specialist. Mate, he would just be absolutely trying to settle him down here and tell him that he doesn't need to rush, right? So that last pitch rushed, ended up in a weird flying open position. Yeah, like he's literally giving him cues for pitching, right? So, which you would.
The bleeding obvious to say throw strikes, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I just sort of fury over here and stuff like that. Like, it's
Yeah,
like when they just hit it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what are we trying to do, mate?
Yeah, just throw a strike. It's really easy. When you got runners on first and second, with only one out and probably the big power threat.
Old Donnie Barrett coming in, you're facing rock.
One was up and away to Kerr. Now 3 balls and no strikes, so he's in danger here. Tyler Paul loading the bases with only one out.
Yep, loads it.
And loads them up.
And then
Didn't
Colo
seem to
First pitch, ready to go, right here.
Didn't seem to want to have a lot of Jeff Kerr there. So Kerr gets on base for the third time tonight. 2 consecutive walks now to the Braves, and that brings up Liam Collins. Liam's 1 for 4 tonight. RBI, single, and his third at bat. He'll be looking to make contact here. Carine have got their middle infielders back for the double and are pulling their corner infielders in as he goes strike 1.
I wouldn't have took it. I'm sure a lot of coaches would tell him that he needs to take it, but
Again, if it's there, hit it. You know, it's and drives that
Got the
one,
job
and that
done
one
anyway.
will basically bounce in. In will score Olsen, and Golding will go up the plate, and he's safe. Great running there, great call by Josh Kennelly to send Golding, and Golding gets in just ahead of the throw, and that puts the Braves up 6-5.
it's a simple game, isn't it, Jono?
It is a simple game. See ball, hit ball.
Yep.
And you know, Golding had good speed. Olsen was always going to score on that particular play to the left fielder. Throw came up, was close, was really
it was
close. Head first dive by Golding, got him in ahead of the throw, and that sees the Braves take the lead for the first time tonight. And Jack Rigdon comes up and he grounds a ball to the third baseman, and he
he's thrown
overthrows
it to
it.
right field.
Whoa, wowee. Interesting play. The third baseman came up, the runner stopped, and
Could have gone his bag, everyone.
he could have walked over to his bag and easily stood on it, and then just threw it right over the top of Samakara.
That's nerves right there now.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Pressure's
That's
on.
Very much so. So that loads the bags with only 1 out and brings up Daniel Schmidt. He's 1 for 2 tonight, with an RBI single and a stolen base to go with his, sacrifice bunt to go with his base on balls, and ball 1. Ball 2, thrown there by Paul. He's just getting himself in just a little bit deeper and deeper trouble with each and every pitch.
Carine have gone quiet here, mate, and Braves have all of a sudden gotten very
Pumped
loud.
up as it's 3 balls, loaded bags, and nowhere to put him. I'm pretty sure Smitty's not going to swing at the next 2. And throws it down the middle for strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike.
I'm all about Schmitty going for personal glory right here and putting one through the PPC jackpot sign.
For $0.
Yep.
And
There we go.
Throws it, goes down the line and bounces it in. Fair ball as the left fielder picks it up, and a bases clearing double for Daniel Schmidt. Sees Braves take a 9-5 lead at the top, or at the bottom of the 8th inning. Great hitting by Schmidt.
Jono, mate, I'm going to call it here. Best game Schmitty's ever been involved in, right? 5 RBIs, getting to hit. You can forget all the ABL dreams, mate, and all the pitching in the ABL. It means nothing.
40.
Elimination final reserves right here. He'd be up and about. I'd love it.
You'd almost vote. His pitching probably wasn't what he would have liked tonight, but he is basically 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. As Paul comes in, throws a strike to Ryan Nuttall. So this game has turned on a dime very, very quickly. So strike number 2 there from the pitcher Tyler Paul.
Yeah, where's the pinch runner for him, mate? Help him out, you know?
Well, he probably wants to as Nuttall
Don't want to take his bat out of the lineup.
flies one over into the water tank. No, you wouldn't want to take his bat out of the lineup tonight. So he's been on base 3 times.
I'd be thinking now, get some wheels on there, try and make sure you score another one. Like a 5-run buffer would be almost ungettable.
Well, look, that takes out the grand slam as a one pitch evener. But again, Paul goes high on Nuttall for a 1-ball 2-strike count, and well pitched there, struck him out for the second out, and Nick Davis up to the plate. So how quickly a game of baseball can turn. Top of the 8th inning, Carine were up and about, 1 run ahead. Now at the bottom of the inning, 4 runs behind. As Paul fires ball 1 to Nick Davis. Davis is 1 for 2, single and 2 hit by pitch ball, so he's been on base 3 times tonight. And hits one over to the shortstop. Shortstop comes up, fires it over, and records the 3rd out. But Carine got a job ahead of them now, mate. They need to score 4 to tie it, 5 to go ahead.
Oh, look, it's doable, but wow. They all look a bit shell-shocked now.
That's good coaching down there by the Carine coach. Got all the players together, talking them through what's happened. The coaching experience, I remember that from Kevin Hooker when I watched Kevin coach, and he's talking reasonably sternly to the boys.
I mean, surely they've seen Nuttall here before plenty of times. It's good to see the boys getting behind the pitcher, though.
Yeah, look, must be a lonely feeling as a pitcher to come in and you give up a 5 spot and put your team on the verge of elimination. So, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that shows a good culture at a club like Carine. If they're willing to get around their pitcher, because obviously he didn't mean to do it. He didn't want to do it.
Oh mate, you've gone up against former ABL pitchers, and you've put out a really young pitching outfit. I reckon it's
Oh, look, yeah, all points to the positive. Yep, if you look at the season, Braves were 14-6 as a team. Carine were 10-8-2. So there was a bit of a gap between the 2 teams on the ladder. But Carine can hold their head up high the way that they came out and they played tonight. But again,
it's not over yet, mate. It's not over.
Yeah, we're still
still looking forward for my tiebreaker runner on second. All right,
we're 3 outs away, and that brings up Cable Dont. Dont struck out in the second. In his only ever at bat as a pinch hitter. Nuttall comes in, quickly falls down 0 and falls to 2-0. Again, base runners are the key here. Get yourself on by any way. Hit, walk, been hit by the pitch. Get yourself on in any way you can. Nuttall comes in and fires for strike 1. He'll be followed in the lineup by Sammy Kempton and Lucas Nelson. And as he fouls that one into the stands.
Lost the video.
Oh, we've lost video, haven't we? Maybe somebody took the camera. Well, I'm going to assume that we've still got audio, so I'll have to describe what goes on. So we have a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ryan Nuttall on the hill throws, and little high, too high for umpire Peter Bowie there, and we've now got a full count on Cable Dont. Oh. No, sorry, Zach Devon. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong list there. As Nuttall walks, Devons. Okay, no real damage there, because obviously Devons isn't the go-ahead run. So again, you've got 3 outs. You've got 3 runs to play with in this regard. So the outs are the crucial thing. That brings up Sammy Kempton. Sammy Kempton has got 1 hit tonight, struck out all the rest of his at-bats. Nuttall comes in, can't find that zone at the moment. There we go, we've got video back again. So
I wonder if we just missed that whole passage of play.
let's hope not. So
We're back though.
we are back live. Currently a 2-ball count on Sammy Kempton, with Braves having scored 5 in the bottom of the 8th inning to go ahead 9-5 over the Carine Cats. Nuttall comes in, fires out for a strike for a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Again, the runner doesn't mean a lot there on first base. Hitter's much more important. Comes in, misses to the outside for 3 balls, 1 strikes. Well, what you don't want to do is you don't want to come in and walk everybody to start the day. Kempton swinging, 3-2 now as he fires one over the meat. Full count on the batter, runner on first base, bottom of the 9th inning. Nuttall misses high and walks his 2nd straight hitter, and that brings up Lucas Nelson, the Carine left fielder. Nelson's 1 for 4 tonight, struck out 3 times, singled. He'll be looking to drive the ball somewhere, at least score himself a run.
Doesn't he when he's batting?
Yeah, he looks like his main business. If he can get a hit here, score 1 run, all of a sudden it's a game of momentum. So can swing pretty easily, as we saw in the bottom of the 8th. And he hoofs one and fouls one down the line there, as it looks like we've got some action starting to stir down in the Braves bullpen. No ball, 2-strike count on Kempton. Oh, struck him out looking. Nice little pitch on the inside corner for the first out. Nelson just walked off. I think he knew it, him. And is not a happy camper.
Be checking the bat rack later.
Not the back row. So that brings Brandon Hayes up to the plate. Interesting play there by the Carine players and by the Carine coach on Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 4 tonight. Again, outside from Nuttall, evens the count up at 1-1.
I mean, I feel like the Braves infielder is more worried about the batter than the base runners at this point. It's kind of
those 2 runs don't really mean a lot, do they? It'll look nicer on the scoreboard. Those runners look nice on the scoreboard, but not that important overall. Okay, 2 ball, 1 strike count. And dribbles it up the line towards first base. Well got there by Daniel Schmidt, who's now occupying first base, and gets the second out. So that brings Carine hitter Finn Scott. Scott's 1 for 4 with 1 single and 3 strikeouts. And that scored the run as well, so the runner came home, so it's now 9-6. And fires 1 up, and strike number 1. Little goes outside, misses there, evens the count up at 1-1. You got Sammy Kempton over there at third again. He's not too much of a drama. You're not really focusing on him. Kerr's back in the regulation third base position as Nuttall comes to the plate. And well hit up. It is over.
what a game, Jono.
Good game. Well, yeah, well fought out. Got it on board. Their pitching was pretty good. 1 inning, unfortunately, ended their season. But congratulations to Braves. They move on this week.
Yeah, they'll take on Perth this weekend, mate, at Inglewood Oval.
And they'll take on Perth. So a great game all round there. Look, if we were looking for an MVP, I'm not sure that I could go past Daniel Schmidt.
Do you reckon he gets the game ball? Do we say that?
But in the bottom of the 8th inning to really put the game beyond Carine's reach.
4 RBIs, mate. That's just
4 ribbies. Yeah, 2 hits, a sacrifice, a base on balls.
Going Oppo, just dropping a bunt like textbook, mate.
Yeah.
What a day.
So, great job there by the Carine Cats. Fought it out, played it tough. From their crowd. So, really good night here at the field. Jess.
Mate, really good night. We'll be back here on Friday night with front row screens, and Paul Persick will be back calling the game. And
I don't know, will he?
Will he? Oh, tonight. And then we move into State League finals next week.
I'm pretty sure my wife, if I rocked up at our house, she would ask who I was. So spent that much time at the field. Ended up with none. So, excellent all-round game there by both the 2 teams.
I had a great time.
And right away we have the winning assistant coach on the line. G'day, Mr. Cadelli. What can we do for you, sir? Mate, that water is good. We were just commenting you were here, from 5 until, about 9 o'clock now, is it? 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
That's all I wanted, only 4 hours, that's all I needed. Are we allowed some brown-coloured water drinks down here at all?
Just about anything's possible, sir, but only after you put the tarp on the home plate.
That's sorted.
Okay, nice job there, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Are we still on air?
Yes.
Classic.
Almost. Might be a first.
That might be a first.
An interview.
Post-game interview, worrying about the important things, water.
Obviously, the water's extremely brown in the tank, so.
Category 3 water, mate. That's the
Category 3 officially, yep. So unfortunately, we won't have the change rooms available unless that can be all cleared out by the relevant people. So, but again, thanks to Gosnells for opening up their facility for our players to work at. So, end of the season for Carine. Braves go on to play Perth this week.
We have to fight another day.
Okay, so from NSR High Ball League reserves